Hey boys, welcome back to some more Cricket 19 My Play Korea, the second match in this test match series against South Africa, where we're coming off a fairly resounding victory, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we won it pretty comfortably. We're actually playing at Manica Oval, which is a little bit strange for such a big test match series, but you know, it's good to play. It's the smaller ground, and looks like a little bit of forecast of rain about. You know, hope so. Maybe a little bit more juice in the pitch than we're used to. Obviously, playing in Australia, test matches, pretty flat conditions. It's great to be a batter for sure. But you know, first day here, first morning might just do a little bit, as looks like we have won the toss. We are gonna have a bat, which you know, it's always sort of the trap that Australia has fallen into at times, and then overseas teams have fallen into as well. You know, a little bit of green tinge on the pitch, a little bit of overcast conditions, and you want to have a bowl first. You try to get you know, any sort of momentum or any advantage out of a swinging or seaming ball early, but it's just a trap. It's really a trap, because Australian pitchers, they might do something briefly in the best of conditions, but you know, it doesn't take long for the pitch to flatten out, for the skies to clear, and a nice mid-30, 40-degree day to set in. So it's a good thing, probably batting first. But it's a pretty even South African bowler here, bowling beautifully, 3 for 25. He actually he caused us a bit of trouble in that first match. Bowls at a reasonable click, and yeah, picking up 3 big scalps. So 3 for 86 into the 24th over. Probably, you'd have to say, three for less than 100. You'd have to give it to the bowling team in this position. Although it's tight. It's definitely tight, especially because they chose to bowl first. You'd probably, you know, you're wanting probably 4 to 5 for 100 odd. Early on would be what you're aiming for, because you know, you're out in the field taking the gamble to bowl first. You want those early wickets. They've done it, but Jordan Silk up the other end has batted very nicely, 41 off 70, and obviously, you know, the main man is at the crease now, averaging 61, as that one is decked back pretty sharply. It's copped us right on the elbow or forearm. Bit of a nasty blow, but you know, we're a tough bugger. It is the one it is the one that I was thinking about this before. It's the one thing that's a little bit not annoying, but I guess it takes you out of the game, and it's one thing I would really love if they were able to implement it somehow, is a ball hitting you actually having the chance to injure you, you know? Because at the moment, like the short ball is fun to bowl, as that one. Oh no, stop it, you fool. Oh my goodness, that was a pretty neat bumper there. And how has this missed? I was mashing buttons, you have no idea. I was mashing them just in the hope that he might do something, because I thought this was going to roll back on the stumps for all money. I was just watching it trickle back. It just thankfully just missed. My goodness, that is a near wicket right there. But yeah, the short stuff, it's fun to bowl, it's fun to play, but you know, it doesn't have that intimidation factor, and I feel like it would actually increase the funness, and also like just the realism of batting and bowling in general. And I mean, for batting, is that, you know, when bowlers are bowling short stuff, even if it's quick, like there's no risk in playing at it. Obviously there's the risk that you're going to get out. That's a given, as we have lost another wicket, so the South Africans doing a very good job here, 4 for 99. So they're definitely in front in this first day here at the minute. So we need a partnership with Hanscom and myself. But yeah, getting back to that point, like it, you know, the risk of getting out, obviously, but then there's no other risk. Like, you pretty much, that's a pretty poor ball and a cracking shot, but there's, you know, I pretty much just play the short balls. You just play the pull shot, play the hook shot, and there's no you know, there's no real danger there. But if it was in the game that short ball hits you on the arm, or, you know, I don't know, it'd be a little tricky. Like, it would be nice. It'd be cool, I guess, if they, at the bare minimum, if they were able to, like, if the ball hits you on the helmet, like, just have an animation. Like, they don't have to make it like you get concussion and all that sort of stuff. The bare minimum, it would be nice if they could have an animation where if you get hit on the helmet, you know, a little animation plays where you have to change the helmet, and it's a little bit of a drinks break, and, you know, just a little thing like that. That's the bare minimum I would want. But then, if they're able to, you know, improve upon that, and if the ball hits you, you know, if it hits you like on the thigh and stuff, obviously, you know, you're not going to go off injured. But if it hits you like on the elbow or the forearm, somewhere where you're not padded, you know, you can suffer like an injury, and again, doesn't have to. I feel like it'd be very tough to sort of, you know, or you're going to be out for 2 games. I don't even need it to be that specific. It would just be nice if you get hit on the arm or something, you just, you know, maybe your stamina gets a lot lower, or just maybe just your stats overall get a little bit lower for the innings. Like, you just, you know, you're battling with a bit of pain. Like, I don't know, just something like that I think would make it a lot more impactful, because then it would actually, obviously, the risk of getting out, but then also you can't just rock back and play every short ball. Occasionally, if they're bowling heat and it's zipping through, then you might be more prone to actually duck and leave and try to fend at a few. You're not just going to rock back and play every short ball. So, yeah, I think that would actually improve the batting and the bowling a lot, because then also, you know, I bowled pace in this game. And it's definitely fun at bowling pace, but again, like, you can't have those spells. Well, you can have a spell where you're bowling short, but there's not, you know, if you get a few rips and orders up there and you clock them, like, it doesn't actually do anything. Like, it's nice to do, but it doesn't actually have any sort of relevance to the game. So, you know, it is a part of cricket. So it would be very nice to have that in. Boy, that is a glorious shot. Just the whippage there. That is a subcontinent style of wrist work there. Look at that. That is just flicked away just beautifully. That was a very straight looking whip as well, just past mid on. So batting very nicely, 31 off 24. You know, no real risk. They're obviously pushing hard for a wicket. That's why a few, not loose balls, but definitely, you know, fuller balls to drive, a few shorter ones to pull away. They're pushing hard for that 5th wicket, because, yeah, it would really open it up, because obviously we've got a couple, we do have some depth, but I think in this game, like, just in general, like, I feel like, and I do prefer it, because I remember back in the old days of Dom Bradman 14, you know, I still remember bowling to bloody Victoria in a first class game, and Hastings and who else? Probably Siddle at the time. There'd be a couple of the Victorian tail enders scoring like hundreds, and they would you couldn't get them out, dude. It was an absolute nightmare. And I feel like they definitely gone the other way now, which, again, I much prefer. It was so annoying, the tail enders just scoring bulk runs. But this game in particular, when you get that, when the middle order is gone, the tail, it falls away pretty quickly, as that is, again, you know, the pitch definitely is offering some movement. Obviously, Rabada is steaming in, and he just extracts some extra bounce with his height and pace. But yeah, some good movement away from us there. Tricky to play, honestly. So yeah, we got to be fairly mindful coming forward to those good length deliveries. But yeah, I think that, honestly, thinking about it, I think it's a pretty decent balance. Because there are times where the tail do score like a 20 or a 30, but, you know, generally they do get rolled pretty quickly. So I think it actually is balanced pretty well, the tail. I think the middle order, honestly, is where it might be a little bit imbalanced in terms of just getting out really quickly. Like, I feel like the 5 and 6 especially, and then 7's usually obviously pretty much a tail a bowler who can bat a bit, but 5 and 6, they're meant to be either your keeper who can bat or a genuine batter. I feel like they get out like instantly a lot, but that's probably just anecdotal evidence, really. I'm not too sure of the actual numbers to back it up. It just feels like that at times. As again, just a beautiful shot. It's a pretty poor ball. Don't really know why he's coming. Well, he's left arm, so he's over the wicket, but bit of a strange angle. I guess he's maybe trying to bowl us around our pads. He almost did it right there. As I move into the 40s here, 41 off 38, approaching another Test match 50. As that is a beautiful reverse sweep just for 1 run. It was a nice looking shot for 1 though. And Hanscom, he's doing a good job. He's digging in, which I like to see. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want to see him lose his wicket early on, because we're in a not a strife, as that is a cracking shot. Pulling that one for, I think, 6 over backward square. Bit of a risky shot. They do have a man who was pretty close to that. They got a couple of men patrolling, so not a big gap there, but we've placed it absolutely perfectly. Yeah, that's a wide one. That's always weird to me. Like, it's not called wide, but whenever it's bowled wide like that, I'm sure if you've played the game, you know what I'm talking about. It's hard to explain, but you go to play one that's really wide. As that one again, it's a ripping ball. It just angles in and decks away. Tough to play. But any ball that's like really wide like that, you literally can't hit it. Like every time, even if you think that you time it the same as any other shot, it'll always be very early. You'll always miss it, which is I don't know why, as that is the 52 off 45, a very nice inning so far. But yeah, I don't know why. I've talked about this like a couple of times, but it's just a very strange thing. I don't know why when the ball is like very wide outside off stump, you try to play that one. Oh geez. If that was direct hit, we were gone, and if it was a good throw right over the stumps, we were absolutely gone as well. So that was a risky double up there, but we made it, so that's all that matters. But yeah, I don't know. There's just a weird thing that happens in this game. It's hard to explain, but if you've played the game, you know what I'm talking about for sure. It's a weird one. As Morris continues on, it's a pretty, again, they're good length. It's really leaping off a length. So the pitch, obviously, a little bit of grass on the pitch early on. It does look fairly green. I mean, the ball's pretty old now, so you wouldn't expect it to be leaping that much. But obviously, some good zip, some good carry in the pitch, which it's good for free flowing cricket for sure. I mean, I love. They're the best type of pitches. Let's be real. The the quick, bouncy wickets, the ones that zip through. I mean, that's your exciting cricket, because it's fast scoring. You get value for runs just because of the extra pace, the extra bounce. It's gonna come off quick. But also just more wickets generally, unless batting well and bowling badly. But just good stuff. As that one is banged short. Oh no, he hit it so fine. I knew it was coming. They had one man back there, and I tried to play it more square. It got on me a little bit quicker than expected. Caught high on the bat, and a very simple catch to the man at fine leg. Very disappointing. I'm not disappointed with the shot, because I go after the short stuff. More so disappointed with the execution, really. They only had one man back there. Just had to play it anywhere in the leg side. We would have been good, but yeah, getting out for a nice 50. Unfortunately, couldn't convert, but going to come in with a ball with a very handy average. 11 points something. Our best bowling of 4 for 6, I think it was. Honestly, our bowling has been fantastic in pretty much all forms of cricket, and we got a pretty handy score. Our tail actually did wag fairly nicely, a few 20s I think at the end there. So of course, when I'm talking about the tail not doing anything, they pitch in and do some good work. But yeah, good little first innings for us. Not anything too crazy, but decent. As a good 100 scored from one of their boys. I don't know don't know who it was, but 101 off like 111. They only trail by 38, 8 for 280. So it's a very... Oh, if we picked up a wicket, first ball back in the spell here. I think it was Rabada going for the big booming drive. It's going to be out, and this always happens, dude. It's a little, like, bug or saying it's weird. If you get a stumping and then you appeal and it's out, they let you challenge it, but you don't have to challenge it because it's out. It's just a weird sort of bug. But we pick up the wicket, bowling very, very tidy, 1 for 7 into our 7th over. And yeah, our first ball back in a spell, picking up a wicket. It wasn't Rabada, it was the other bowler. I have no idea how to pronounce his name. I think it's like Philawaka or Philawaku. I have no idea. I don't think I've probably heard it before, but I can't hear the name being said, so I can't envision how it's pronounced. But little resistance here. Rabada is just digging in with Miker as well. And yeah, they're trying to just try to scrape and scrap as many of these runs off as possible. But yeah, it's a very even contest here. It's set up for a enthralling last couple of innings, as that one definitely not out. But yeah, we're gonna be back into bat. We'll show that in the next episode. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying the series. Make sure to like and comment, and I'll see you in the next one.